What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part, I want to say, 10-ish of my Total War Warhammer 3 Malakai Makaisson Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we completed the second of our adventure final battles and knocked out the Ragnarok spiders of the green skin hordes. We have also unlocked the next level of the the next battle, which will be against the malevolent Treekin and Treeman, and should be, or Forest Spirits, well, but Forest Spirits, and should be a fun time as well, especially as they actually have a lot of range units with them, which will be a lot bigger of a problem for our Air Force, which have so far been just obliterating the enemy without any trouble. I'm very interested to see how we do there. We also did very mean things to poor Archaon as we move towards the writhing fortress and are looking to knock him out for good this very, well, this not very turn, but certainly in this very episode. At the end of the episode, we also confederated Grumbrindle, and it looks like our ideas about who to confederate first pretty much aligned, and pretty much everybody agreed that Grumbrindle was the first who should be done. So we got him on field now, and hopefully we'll get his army up and running relatively quick. You just gotta watch out for going negative yet again. Now, unfortunately, the Varg have thrown a wrench into our Norscan plans and have retaken Troll Fjord, destroying the relatively minor units there that we summoned specifically to have a nice last stand battle, and Surtha Ek continues to attack here with King Lun Ironhammer defending. And I think I remarked upon this last episode, but King Lun is an actual character. He's a Clan Angrand ancestor. It's kind of curious that he got put into one of the random units. I wonder if this is just like an unlikelihood, or whether it's on purpose. Like, maybe Ironhammer is, when the generator name, and King and Lun are in the generator name, and it just kind of got this, sort of coincidentally. I don't know. Also, what do we have here, Surtha Ek? Just out of curiosity. He has no Marauder champions. And without Marauder champions, he's screwed. In fact, he's so screwed without the Marauder champions, we actually don't need to wait. We can just sally out and attack, regardless of the fact that we won't then be able to take advantage of our defenses. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. Malakai, you'll have to wait a few seconds. Before we get started, though, it looks like we just dropped short of the engagement threshold, but not a big deal right now, especially as I, once again, am making leeway, though if it drops any further, perhaps we return to standard lengths. But on the other hand, once we reach the episode numbering 13, we will also lower the threshold. So for now, we're good. Hour-long episode and 300 likes and 50 comments. And the next episode will be an hour long as well. Surtha Ek, let's sally out and take revenge upon the Varg. Alrighty, here we go. Time to take revenge against the Varg here, and once again, without those Marauder champions, they probably have no hope of penetrating our lines. One of the things that I find really fun about both Imperial and Dwarf campaigns is just sort of screwing around with formations. But Dwarf one's obviously more of the blocky variety, unless needed for specific kinds of battles where you have to spread units out. Generally speaking, obviously, there generally isn't a lot of advantage to doing this, and oftentimes it's much better to spread your units out, but this just looks so much better for the Let's Plays, and generally why I like to do it that way. Plus, it's, well, yeah, just fun to watch. Anyway, we're going to start the battle as we usually do with our relatively minimal Air Force in this particular army, but an Air Force nonetheless moving forward and starting to annoy the enemies with their guns. Obviously, they're going to try to target the higher value targets, and the Norscan Ice Trolls with their armor piercing are definitely the target here. Smart of the AI, accidental I'm sure, but smart of the AI nonetheless to hide them among the trees, or at least some of the shots from those units of gyrocopters. The units of gyrocopters will smash into the trees and thus not affect the Norsca ice trolls, but once again, without anti-air, the enemy army doesn't have much of a prayer in stopping these guys. Well, okay, that's not entirely true, because they do have 2 units of throwing axe marauder horses, and you gotta remember that gyrocopters actually have extremely low HP for their model numbers. They lose models extremely quick if anything actually hits them, which we definitely have to be nervous about. Anyway, at the very least, it looks like the enemy has been sufficiently annoyed. The anthill has been kicked and they head towards our staunch dwarfen defenders, and the ice trolls will leave the protection of the trees, which means they start taking a lot more damage from those gyrocopters. In addition to that, the enemy is in range of, and the throwing axes are here, knocking quickly the first of the gyrocopters out of the sky, and we can't let them hit us again, so we're going to head into the trees ourselves and seek protection there, and then loop back around outside of the army. Only about half damage on those Norscan ice trolls, and not nearly as much as we would have had if it was gyro bombers, perhaps, but it's fun nonetheless. Anyway, we are deployed in such a way where our dwarf warriors are protecting our units of miners, rangers, and quarrelers, and our artillery, as we usually do, and we just hope to hold the enemy back while those range units do the damage. Obviously, we can't expect the dwarf warriors to really do much in the way of damage. Their weapon strength is very, very low at 28, and their armor piercing is pretty minimal as well. The tip of the spear is also our single unit of longbeards here, and they can hold for quite a bit longer. Although their weapon strength isn't much more, they're also much more tanky. Alright, and our quarrelers are going to start on those Norscan ice trolls. Definitely don't want them once again with their armor piercing here. And just as wary of them, or maybe not quite as wary of them as we were of the Marauder champions, but mostly because these guys are much more easy to target and destroy with quarrelers. Marauder champions less so. Anyway, looks like these guys are pretty damaged. We also pop the Marked by Othar on them from the Rangers here, reducing their armor and missile resistance. And it looks like the trolls are out, but the rest of the enemy army is in. The enemy lord taking a few axes to the face, and Surtha Ek, no chariot, despite being the ever chariot, drops down to about half HP. Now it's simply a matter of holding the line as long as we can while we do the damage. It looks like a few of the Norscan warhounds did attempt to loop around, but we did keep 3 units in the back. Our regular miners to protect the grudge throwers, because frankly they're not going to be too useful anywhere else, and the regular dwarf warriors protecting at the inner sort of portion of the box. The enemy throwing axes are now the only target for our grudge throwers, lest we kill off too many of our own troops, while one of the gyrocopters is still leading around one of those marauder horses, while the other has moved in to support our main line, and has already dropped its bombs, but they can still fire down at the enemies below. A single, I wanted to say battle barge. A single thunder barge. Okay, now we have to call one of the thunder barges a battle barge, don't we? Somebody remind me, please, because I'm going to forget in 3 seconds. Anyway, a single thunder barge would absolutely obliterate this entire line of Norscans. They could just move along the entire army, dropping bombs and grudge raker shots and cannon fire along them the entire time, and rout the enemy real quick. But frankly, this is pretty fun to watch. It's a pretty big battle line after all. And we do still have to hold. Our miners, no longer needed to protect us against the Norscan warhounds, are moving in. They are very fragile themselves, but they are cheap armor piercing, and they can hit the back of the enemies while they fight and get a nice rear charge going to hurt the enemy's morale. Though funnily enough, for dwarf infantry focused armies like this one, although it's not really an army so much as a garrison, but for these sorts of situations, you're generally better off not forcing the enemy to rout, as simply because the more they fight, the longer they fight, the more damage they take, since you can't really chase those enemies down. And we obviously want to destroy as much of this army as we can, because most of our forces are from the garrison, and thus we'll need to deal with the enemy army if it isn't destroyed. Speaking of the enemy army being destroyed, it looks like their morale has completely dropped, and with that, the battle is ours. A decently long fight, and some great shots of the dwarf warriors holding the lines, especially as we will soon probably probably not be using Dwarf Warriors anymore in any army. We're going to chase down Surtha Ek, punish him for not having his chariot with our gyrocopters, who should be able to knock him down if they can actually land a shot. Come on, guys. Okay, that looked like some of those hit. There we go. Down goes Surtha. Hey, he led his Norscan tribe into this whole situation, and now he's going to get this. The whole tribe is going to get destroyed for it. Anyway, we're going to do our best to chase. Obviously, our Dwarf Warriors are too slow to keep up with the Marauders, who move faster than them, but the Gyrocopters still have ammunition and can chase, and I believe the Rangers are fast for a Dwarf, and thus can run down at least one enemy unit of Marauders. Off screen. Alright, very nice, no problem at all with the exception of having to actually chase the enemy down, and the gyrocopters helped out with that a decent little bit. Obviously without the presence of those marauder champions, the enemy has no armor piercing and thus no way to get through the basic tier 1 Dwarf Warriors armor. I mean, they were slowly grinding them down, but there's just not enough damage. We are going to take the money. 900 money and 93 oath gold. That's really not so bad for our trouble. Surtha Ek is, I was about to say, gonna back off, but now he's done. And we can just, I assume, auto-resolve this. King Lun, just in case, get Inspiring Presence and full plate armor. Just in case. This should be auto-resolvable, and yes, it is. Because, you know what, the gyrocopters would just destroy their entire army. We could just hide in the forest while the gyrocopters kill them all. So, yeah. We're going to take the money again, and then this army has served its purpose. At the very least, I don't want to travel it anywhere. We wouldn't be able to reach the Varg camp next turn anyway, in order to prevent... just to double check. No, yeah, there's no way, no way. No way. And assuming you cannot use that stonemason, we'll delete all of you, bring us back up to 2.322k per turn. And just for a few seconds, because whatchamacallit. The, do we need the defenses at the Monolith of Flesh still? I feel we might not, because, okay, maybe this is a mistake, but, we attack these guys. Nah, it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It might be fine. There is the possibility that it will be fine. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, Doom keeps okay, and we've got Architect moving over there and then all over these territories as well. I hope the Monolith of Bjorka will be fine, as these guys will probably come up towards it, but we shall see. Let's get everybody else moving. Cazador, Get Gold, and Braun Norgrimling. You are both joining Grimbrindle's army, so you might as well move towards him, but let's also scout out the ruins of the Skaven and see what they're doing here. Also, there may have been some confusion as to why I'm extending the Ages of Reckoning here, and the reason for this is that well, like CA said in their previous hotfix, their fix or whatever, is coming. They're looking at the Age of Reckoning with regards to actually fixing the silliness going on with the grudges and all that stuff, so the reason I'm extending it is to just go to take as much time to the next Age of Reckoning as possible, and hopefully by then for it to be fixed. And the current debuff only lasts for 10 turns after all, so we'll be, or 7 more turns, so we should be okay. Anyway, let's see what else we've got going here. Nothing to move with the possible exception, with the probable exception, with the guaranteed exception of our main stack. Malakai will probably fight the other battle soon. I'm just taking a look at some things that may be too far away from the Architect. Winter Pyre. Are you far enough away? I mean, if he goes back around this way to the Altar of Spawns, he could get to it and save us a lot of cash. Still very well could. We could also build the level 1 refectory here so that by the time we get there, we have the level 2 drinking hall. Man, we need a lot of these public order buildings. I mean, maybe they won't be so needed, but public order is still very much a problem for the dwarfs. I'm just wondering whether it would be better to do that or to build more capacity buildings, because we do need capacity buildings as well, namely the runesmith and the engineer capacities. And the engineer workshop also give us a research rate, though they're better built in the main settlements, I think, for the doubling up of the capacity. Whereas the runesmith, I mean, I guess the same thing is true of the runesmiths as well. We could also build dragon. No, that has to be main stacks as well, main territories as well. You know what? Don't build anything there for now. I think it's a waste. We could temporarily build the barley field and just delete it later on. Yeah. Especially considering the upgrade will effectively be free once our allies get here, or our architect army, our civil engineer corps get here. And what the heck? Black Knights, Knights of the Realm, and Pegasus Knights. Scourge of oh yeah, Scourge of Aquitaine. Alright, makes sense. Bretonnian Undead. Now, Malakai, it is your turn once more. Let's level you up. Oh, we probably don't actually need to level you up, but we're going to do so anyway. Get you those piercing shots and into Deadly Onslaught, and let's start on the next adventure. The Anger of the Forest. A dark and sinister force has spread across the forests of the old world, awakening angry tree spirits that have claimed countless human lives. The most powerful of the treemen has been located, deemed to be at the epicenter of the awakenings, and now your oath to defend your human allies must be fulfilled. March out and introduce its host to your latest flame cannon upgrades. Time to reduce these rampaging spirits to cinders. It would be nice, but our flame cannons are busy elsewhere. Missile strength plus 15% for flame cannons, which is from what? This. Fight Dodan's army. We have to actually get to Dodan, which we will later on, but for now we're a little bit busy elsewhere. Teleport Malakai. Yes. Alright, we got reinforced. Oh, wow, that's a lot of treemen and treekin. Huh. Well, we'll see how this works out for them. They do have those Deepwood Scouts to protect them from our Air Force now, after all. Maybe this will be considerably tougher. Go. Glory and adventure await in the darkest depths of the forest, where a twisted ancient tree man gathers a host for the tumult of battle. Malakai Makaisson races out to quiet the fury of the forest before the kingdoms of men are overwhelmed by a tide of wood and bark. With him he brings the full power of his custom flame cannons to bear upon the woods where the malevolent trees...
Oh, that's who's been riling them up. Don't burn all of them. He'll be perfect material for some side projects. They picked the wrong day to be made of wood. Pity that's all of them. I was enjoying that. Wait a minute. Spoke too soon. Incoming! Get resighted, lads. They got more stuff for us to shoot.
Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect speech. Was it ever a good day to be made of wood? But anyway, Malakai has very quickly shot up to the very top of my list for characters that give the best pre-battle speeches, because that was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, here we go. The enemy armies are, well, it said the reinforcements are arriving, but it looks like they're already on the field and moving towards us. While our cannons begin to focus the enemy down. Gonna try a few shots on the enemy range units first, because they are a threat, and, well, they are the threat, the only threat to our flyers, while we try to drop some Zufbar 42 pounders on them, together with the regular cannon fire as well. If these guys want to head towards us, they'll have to suffer first regular cannon shot and then grape shot as they move on in. In addition to that, you can see the enemy lord is continuously casting. It looks like another one of those continuous reinforcement battles, and until the enemy lord is dead, our reinforcements will keep a-coming. We'll definitely have to watch out for it. That said, the cannon fire has switched to the enemy lord. There's an easy way to stop him casting. It's to knock him to the ground with repeated cannon fire. Though once again, the invincibility frames that he gets from every knockdown kind of makes this a little bit overkill, and it may be better to actually fire with only, say, 2 cannons rather than than all of them, because all of them aren't actually doing damage to them. And he has some great hawks moving in, and it's one of the factions that can threaten us in the air, so we're going to have to back off and do a little bit of kiting on the hawks. Fortunately, we have the numbers to kite. Unfortunately, obviously, the gyrocopters aren't the most effective at it, since they can only fire forward and don't have side or guns on the back. Though you'd think that a gyro bomber might get an extra gun on the back. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger of a airframe than the gyrocopters are. But anyway, surrounding the hawks and trying to knock them out, though not, I should say, quickly whatsoever. Having a little bit more trouble with knocking out the hawks than, for example, piles of enemy individual units, but at the end of the day, not a huge deal. I did unfortunately misclick and send one of his Slayer pirates forward, while the enemy lord has finally been destroyed by the cannons while we were kiting those hawks. Unfortunately, unexpectedly, as soon as the enemy lord drops, it looks like the entire enemy army will shatter. All those full HP units are like, nope, we're done. That's it. Even the reinforcement army, not the main one, and just like that, very suddenly, the battle is ours. I guess we should have. It's weird. The flame cannons are meant to specifically fight against this army, but the cannons, well, make quick work of the enemy lord and thus the army, and thus much quicker than the flame cannons ever could. No, wow, I really didn't expect the main ancient tree man to just break and force all of the reinforcements to break as well. A little bit unfortunate. I guess since the game was expecting us to use the flame cannons on this, that would have made this battle so much more difficult, as we would have had to slowly move our way towards the enemy trees, or hold the line until the main stack here was destroyed and we were ready to deal with the enemy tree man. We just gunned them down from a distance, no problem at all. Like Malakai said, it wasn't the best day to be made of wood. Oh, his speeches are just fantastic. Anyway, I guess we don't really need to heal up. Also, it's not much, so we'll take the money once again and get another Dwarf Bride. Yes. And Stone Mason, and there's that Heart of Malevolence, which we'll put on somebody. Legendary Battle unlocked, Dreadquake Destruction, mission successful. Dreadquake Destruction, yeah, it's all great. Dwarf Bride needs to go on to you guys. More income from wherever we are. Good. Alright, very nice. And yeah, if these guys are sitting around in somewhere like Krakadrak, it's making significantly more cash, which is pretty great. Anyway, Malakai, just to double check, you are not able to reach Grumbrindle to transfer some stuff? Nah. I was hoping to build some stuff and then transfer him stuff this very turn, but oh well. Not a big deal. I guess the question is, are we going to be building Grumbrindle some Quarrelers, since he buffs them as well? Mana defense plus 10 for Quarrelers and Iron Drakes, or are just ludicrous piles of Iron Drakes and some War Machines sufficient? Should still be, in my opinion, different from the, from Thorax and from Malakai's army. But like I said, I figure he gets the organ guns and the various Iron Drakes, and then a few other things, I'm sure. And the ammunition increase for Iron Drakes. Nah, just keep it to Iron Drakes. I want to see how well we can do with mostly Iron Drakes in his army, as in Trollhammer Torpedoes and Scolder Guard. Don't yet know about the regular Flamethrower ones, because we'll have... Well, it sounds like we'll have 1 billion of them in Stochel's army. He has to balance it between flame cannons and other things, after all. There's that to consider as well. Anyway, let's you know what, let's double check buildings. 2.5k really isn't a huge investment, Monolith of Flesh, and we could just avoid going there and have the Architect move through this way instead. Although he really only has to get to Grayling Mutan. Where's Nalfari Plain? Oh, it's on the way as well. 2.9k, and then Nalfari Plain is closer. If we do Grayling Moot right now, but he still has to go to Doomkeep as well. So we could do these, ignoring these, and building them right now. And so I think that's what we'll do. And just so that we can get the increase in money from the various structures here a little bit earlier. Altar of Spawns, you were... still fairly far. Alright. We will, however, have to... Wait. Sarl encampment, yeah, that's next turn. We will have to return to Krakadrak, which, funnily enough, would be on the way here. But by the time we pass through this area, we'd be moving back there anyway. It's fine. It's fine. We had the money. We won't have it for long, but we had it for now, so... Yeah. Twisted Towers, you're not rebelling yet. Neither is Blighted Grove or Black Rock. And... while they are close, we'll wait until the Cliff of Beasts falls to us. I'm a little bit wary of once we trade all of this to the Ursanites that these guys would redeclare war on them, which is fine. It allows us to bypass the 10-turn timer, but we want to take care of the Varg before that happens, as otherwise it's something of an issue. Dragon Size, I'm still thinking about that. Damage buildings in the Twisted Towers, we don't care. And the Skull Road, we are going to keep, though we no longer need the Thane building here, technically. Agile, that's very much inferior to some of the other stuff. And what about you? What are you? Yeah, the public order is making me real nervous. Although the Tower of Torment will be traded away, so we can keep collecting the income there. Just got to make sure none of our main provinces rebel. And this is why I was worried about the Confederation. It's a lot of debuffs, and the debuffs will cause further growth reduction on top of all that, which will slow down our game. But oh well. Worth it, hopefully, to get Grimbrindal. Now, Outposts of it. Outposts, wait, what outposts? Reichland, I take it already has something in Altdorf. The land ships were very enjoyable, I will admit. We could build something at Ubersreich. Actually, no, it's actually fairly poorly defended. Build somewhere where it's not likely to fall. Vlad is being a menace. Actually, there's not a lot of good places to set up a thing in Reichland right now. Altdorf is the best one, but Nuln has taken his place. Though Nuln, by the looks of it, is about to fall, so it'll probably get confederated shortly. Just gotta keep an eye on that, and, well, I gotta try to remember as well. We will, however, build the... You can't build anything out of Kislev? Well, I guess we'll still build it there, because it's the least likely to be destroyed, and then we'll have to upgrade it, I guess. And... you guys. We'll build that eventually. I still haven't decided where. Once they're safe, we can figure that one out. Great Orthodoxy. You still hold Erengrad, so I guess we can build it there, and I'm just gonna hope that these guys don't take it. Construct. Alright, and that's all the outpost money I'm willing to spend at the current time. Ragnar Putris will probably send an army to deal with you eventually, so we'll get to the quest, and let's end the turn. We do also have some oath gold available. We'll deal with it later. Gotta forge a few new banner runes. But at the end of the day, maybe it's better to just forge like all of them at once rather than just thinking about, oh, which one will we do? Don't want to take too long on that one. Alrighty, anyway, let's see. Fecund Knights, they are going to the Bay of Blades. Well, they were bound to do that eventually. I was hoping that they would avoid it, but alas, they did not, and probably they will land before we get to build the thing. Sadly, this means that our Engineer Corps will have to stay and defend. Could you... No, I was hoping to send them up here. Well, actually, Sarl encampment is reasonably close. We can still go there. Alright, fine. Go to Sarl encampment. Nordland destroyed. Loses outpost. Sarl encampment will immediately upgrade for free the main building and for very cheap the other two. Nemesis Crown for Vlad. You're going to go back down to the Bay of Blades. I don't imagine that they can take the Tower of Crack because it's wall. Oh, actually, isn't it? It isn't walled. That might be a problem. What do we have at the Bay of Blades in terms of defenses? Okay, the thing is, we don't know what's in his army. And we do have the potential to get some regiments of renown up and running, but just in case, let's get a couple of cheap dwarf warriors from here, and a couple more from here. And that should be more than sufficient. Granted, it would take the mages to work their way through the Chaos Warriors, but we can have the engineers do the damage while they do so, so I think that'll be just fine. Castelton is moving towards the scaling, interestingly enough, and still not at war with these guys, huh? Oh, Castelton. You're in war against the Fecondites. 15. Why? He really does not want to fight those guys. Unbelievable.
For the wisdom of Valea.
A little cowardly, but oh well. You're going to the Cliff of Beasts, and we are going to delete another Dwarf Warrior unit. Of course, it has to be the high veterancy one, but there's nobody else to delete, so... Ugh. I shouldn't have done that, but oh well. At the end of the day, they're all getting replaced in this army anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much, but, yeah, no. It's the principle of the thing. The increased armor piercing damage and penetration. I forget, was there a reason why I took this off? Did it not work? Armor piercing missile damage and penetration. I imagine the penetration isn't useful on the flame cannons, but armor piercing missile damage, 54 and 30. Vaguely remember checking this, 54 and 60. It does increase the damage. Why is it off? It doesn't prevent dig in. Well, I guess it doesn't matter for now. How to resolve that minimal damage, we will occupy, loot and occupy it. For ourselves. Well, not for ourselves. And, funnily enough, we got the tusks out of that. Interesting. And now, let's see what we got here. Kuran is willing to trade. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Beautiful. And we can start trading with you. Hopefully you don't die while we're busy dealing with our own issues rather than solving all of yours. Varg wants to peace out now. Well, isn't that cute? After all that, you want to peace out. Now, we will now trade the Blighted Grove and Black Rock away. And if these guys want to rebel outside the Glyph of Beasts, that's just fine. We'll attack them. Black Rock. And Blighted Grove. Where is it? Still 2.3k, yeah. He has too much territory in the sense that he can't really do anything with it, as I don't think he has enough money to deal with it. Barbros Belaxus is not who he wanted here. Grumbrindal, do you have Siege Attacker by any means? Yes, you do have Siege Attacker. Well, that's interesting. That's real interesting. Alright, Grumbrindal, you're gonna lead. This way we can move you into the Writhing Fortress while Malakai continues to move. Malakai, you're gonna follow. Obviously this will be a manual fight just because it's, you know, the bugged siege battle. But that's alright. Alright, we'll get into that fight in a second. Let's do all the admin first because we just had 2 fights. Snorri Granite Hand. This isn't technically admin, but you know. Go, go, go. And to resolve this, alright, the Ragnarok Trophy. How do we put this on? I'm still gonna say put it on one of the frontliners to give them poison. It's nice. Auto-resolve. Minimal damage and regular occupy as opposed to loot and occupy. We got an armory here, but we won't keep it. At least not right now. We'll build our own armories with blackjack and etc. You could probably still use one of those Dragon Slayers. Yeah, I was gonna build another one, but not a big deal. Still very concerned about the Scourge of Aquitaine. Would you guys actually kill that thing off, please? Are you just gonna keep it there? It's just sitting outside of Fort Ostrosk, menacingly. Also, Serena Katrin is quickly taking territory from Goromadni tribe, which we wanted for ourselves, unfortunately, but we just didn't have enough armies to go around. So, what can you do? I mean, we were negative in terms of gold for, like, most of the campaign so far. Alright, anyway. You found some rats here. Go find some rats at Tribe Slaughter. I want to keep an eye on their movements in case they move to Stormvrak Mount. And speaking of Stormvrak Mount, you can uncollect the income. I'd rather not deal with it. At least not right now. At least Braun is leveling up due to all that. Anyway, let's see what else we've got. Master Engineer, Tinkerer. Doesn't do anything for the army. And I prefer the army buff. Grumbrindal, you will attack in a second. Let us see what else we've got here. Giant Home Mountains, Krakadrak. Yeah, we'll wait until the other army gets here to reduce cost of stuff, including the Silver Hall. Yes, please. Anything else increase our money here? We could build a Feast Hall. And I'm inclined to say we probably should. And just so that we don't have to deal with negative public order constantly like we've been doing. So let's build a level 1 of the Feast Hall, and by the time the Engineer Corps gets here, it'll be easier to deal with. Monolith of Flesh, let's build the level 2 of the Obsidian thing, and the level 1 of the Trinket Maker. We do have the money to afford it, and we can still upgrade it at higher level with the Engineer Corps. Doomkeep, you are waiting for the Engineer Corps, though, out of all this, I guess you could do the barley field for now for a little bit of extra growth. And the cost of this isn't too high. I was going to send you to Nalfari Plain, but now this guy's here and is causing issues. Monolith, you're fine. Hellpit, you're fine. Bloodfire Falls is irrelevant. The Lagoon is going to be traded, and thus is also irrelevant. Infernius will be traded, but right now is a mere nothing. How many turns would it take to get this? 6 turns? I'm not wasting that time. More money on it. What about Cold Mires? What are you? Twisted Towers, are you gonna rebel? They're still okay. At least for now. Alright, stay there. Stay there, heal up a little bit, and then get ready to move southward. Siege equipment available irrelevant, but the siege itself is very much relevant. Do we need to level you guys up for this? I don't think so. Especially since it's a manual fight, since we kinda have to for these siege fights. Alright, hopefully we can get some nice shots of our artillery and Grimrindel fighting. That's pretty important. I really wanted to get him the defeat trait for Archie, but I think we're not going to bother. On the other hand, if we want to spend... well, the thing is, we don't know how many turns we'd have to spend here. It would be nice to build Grimrindel out to be just an absolute monster in terms of fighting capabilities. I mean, more so, I should say. Ah, damn, are we starting down here in this corner? Game. Why you do this? No. The reinforcements are here, which is fine. It's just fine. I wonder if you're going to be in range of those towers. Let's find out. Start battle. You are not in range of the towers. Perfect. Oh, this is going to be ugly for the enemy. I'm just got to make sure that our reinforcements don't rush right into the enemy range. Give it a second. Getting there. I'm almost there. Alright, there we go. Alright, you guys back away, back away. Don't rush forward. You have a habit. And you guys go here. Out of the tower range, good. What'd you just get hit with? Miscast base chance? Oh, okay, yeah, that's fire. Okay, flyers, fire, relax. More flyers? No. Cannons, stop moving that far. You certainly don't need to move that far. Alright, now we're looking good. Cannons, get fire. Oh, who the heck are you firing at? And oh, you guys turned kind of sideways. Of course you did. Cannons, knock down the enemy towers, please. Should be reasonably quick, and let's put the engineer and Malakai with the cannons so that they fire a teensy bit stronger. Also, what is this? Oh, Spirit of... Right. I thought it was another thing, and I was like, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have all of our flyers. Good. Tower 1's down. Let's knock out all 4 and then breach the walls. I'll also speed it up a little bit. Towers down. And last tower. Spirit of Grungni. Wait. Air Force, you're going to be Group 1. You're about to cause some havoc. There we go. Grungni, Spirit. Ooh, hello. Okay, wait, slow down, Ruinous. Come on, what are you doing? Damn, that was a nice couple of shots. You guys move on in. And Air Force, get ready to move. Together with the Spirit. We need to knock out those Marauder Horsemen, though, as they will very much still be a threat. And follow it up with killing off the Giants and stuff. Turn off Skirmish Mode. I don't think we have any flyers. And destroy those Marauder Horses before they cause too much damage to you. And we can watch the battle happen more or less after these guys are dead, but they do need to be destroyed. Alright, how are you doing, Grungni? Spirit of Grungni. Move this way. And you know what, maybe we can drop a few bombs, why not? There's a big Bob. It's Big Bob. Alright. Nice bombs from those gyrocopters. And, oh, those are regular gyrocopters. Those are gyro bombers. Wait. Did the gyro bombers only have 2 bombs? Did they not have more bomb capacity? Huh. Am I crazy or did they not have more? I thought they had, like, many more, like 10. Maybe with the... Okay, what the heck are you guys doing? Move in formation, I mean, damn. Maybe now that we have the Skyfire bombs, or whatever they're called, the... Huh. That reduces the number of bombs? I wonder if that significantly reduces the effectiveness of the unit. Also, our cannons are firing at something while the Spirit of Grungni continues being a menace. Let's destroy all these poor units. The enemy army is screwed now. It's completely screwed. There's nothing we can do. You know, knock out the giant while you're here. There we go. Oh, this is so mean. It's mean. But you know what? This is how Archie died, and it's only appropriate that his faction dies in the way that their lord and master died. Damn, the giant's certainly taken a beating there, though not for much longer. He's got 15% missile resistance. Could use a little bit more. I think in SFO you can get it up to like 50% on the giants, or possibly more than... No, wait. It depends on the giants. I think the Chaos Giants can actually get it up to like 95% or something silly. I remember a ludicrous amount of missile resistance on the giants in my Archie campaign. Anyway, Air Force, go here. Cause some more havoc. Maybe a few of you can drop a few more bombs, though the Spirit of Grungni seems to be doing it well. Ooh, let's slow it down, just to get a nice shot here. At the same time, Zufbar guns and Skyfire bombs. There we go. That'll stay behind, and that'll surely leave a mark, and the Zufbar 42-pounders mow down the Chaos Warriors below them. Otherwise, was there not another range unit in there? Yeah, it's all the way over there. Also, Gromby, Felix, Gotrek, Malakai, and Ulrika. Group 2. Move in. We're gonna have you fight a little. Hey, just for fun. We don't have to. We can just kill off the entire enemy blob with... Ow! I see some severed claw here. Okay, they can actually damage us, so we should probably kill them off. Also, wait. Did the Spirit of Grungni leave? I thought it was permanent now. We had the building that makes it permanent. The heck? That's odd. It didn't die, did it? I don't see wreckage. I guess it just flew off for some reason. Huh. Kind of odd. I gotta pay attention to it. I thought the tier 4 building, or tier 4 thing made it permanent, but I guess it was the tier 3 thing? I'll double check. Anyway, poor Severed Claw. There's such a threatening unit, but, well, not no more. You guys, gun down the enemy lord, please. And down he goes. And you're not gonna tell me the dwarfs wouldn't absolutely do this, because I think we all know they absolutely would. Oh yeah, look at those. Oh, the Skyfire fire bombs. Damn, that's a lot more. That's a lot more bombs for the poor enemies. Oh, poor Chaos. All right, I feel somewhat bad. You guys get ready to move. Ulrika, you're on a mount, so you're actually probably going to be the most threatened here. But well, it's all good. All right, you guys can continue moving along with the enemy. Our cannons don't need to do anything. Grimbrindle, how slow do you move? 32 movement speed. Oh, damn. You're gonna take a while to get there. Well, I guess we can just keep up with the Air Force nonsense until you do. The Mirror Guard, well, well, well. They may not be the Severed Claw, but they're still a reasonably threatening unit. Or they were, before the Air Force caught sight of them. Alright. Alright, all you gyrocopters and stuff move here, please. And you'll be able to finish up soon. Move here. Alright, group 2. Whoa, 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 whoa. Chaos Sorcerer. What is this? Oh, wow. Ulrika, you're getting attacked. Didn't even see this. And, oh, oh, the damage is probably from our own cannons. Alright, stop firing. And Felix gets knocked down again. Ulrika, you can, I guess, chase him down. The rest of you go on in. We're not gonna waste time just waiting for Grimbrindle to chase him. Are you actually attacking him? Do you have fire while moving? I can't tell. Why do you have such a tough time? He moves at 59 speed, you move at 109, you're not hitting him at all. That's that thing. It's like, it's not a bug, but it's sort of... The way that units chase each other is sometimes quite buggy. Cannons, you do this. I want to watch these guys fight. There we go. Gromby is in now with Gotrek and Felix and Malakai, who is typically not in melee range. And okay, we're getting a little bit of help from our Air Force. I didn't mean to do that. Air Force, turn this way and kill everything there. Alright, Gromby and co. Keep on fighting. Those marauders will be the first to fall, or will they be the last to fall? Just as they move in, it looks like the enemy army will break. Oh, actually, no, they won't. Lovely. They'll give us a little bit more of a fight. I take it the cannons have killed off that exalted hero, and very much they have. You guys all gun this down, while you all keep fighting. Gromby, what abilities do you have? A melee defense area. You can only use it once per battle, though. Certainly don't need to do it now. You guys keep on giving chase, and we got some trolls moving in. Ooh. You don't have the... Okay. Overcut, stop leading. You know what? You're gonna be group 3. There we go. Let's have these guys move in. Overcut can support with range attacks. What I was getting at is we don't have Occam's Mind Razor yet, which we could have used to buff everybody up here. But anyway, let's mince some trolls, shall we? Should be fun. And obviously I'm just screwing around in this battle. It's an inconsequential fight. A complete... Hey, more trolls. Do you have a defense kind of buff? That dancing blade, yes. Swell. Do that. And then use Skjallandir's Fall. How are the Air Force doing? Go kill off that Chaos Sorcerer. Stop them doing anything else. Oh, we don't need to, as with the fall of these trolls one by one. Look at them all drop to the ground. Well, the battle's ours either way, but still. It's quite amusing. Oh, those poor trolls. I feel bad now. You're the last one, sir. Who's gonna get the kill? And the Air Force comes in to get the credit. Well, to be fair, they did a lot of work, so good for them anyway. Oh, those always amuse me. And 2 losses. Who died? I don't know who died. I guess it was a couple of the gyrocopters probably got hit by a few volleys from one of the marauder horses. I imagine that was it. Oh, or possibly the towers killed off a few of those Slayer pirates in the early portion of the battle. Alright, and that's why you establish air superiority. Lovely. Damn. That's worth quite a bit. I mean, I guess we are transferring it to our allies, so I guess we're gonna sack it. Yes. Maybe I should have sacked it with Malakai then, I hadn't even considered it. Lichbone Pennant, very nice find. Yes, we need more of those. I'd also love a Banner of Eternal Flame, but anyway, what I want to see is this. Doomslayer gives you 5 physical resistance and 10%. It's okay. I was wondering whether we could wait for Archaon to 5, but I don't know how long he's going to take, and it could be more than 1 turn. I'd rather not waste the movement. Let's destroy his faction. Take the Writhing Fortress and then transfer it over to Boris ASAP. What we will also want to do is Malakai go into encamp stance. Go here. We'll want you to knock out the Bleeding Spire, but we will also... Are you still in range? You are still in range, good. You start building your army, which is gonna take the form of a bunch of Iron Drakes, or at the very least, some Iron Drakes here. Malakai, do you need to build anything? I don't think so. I do want to do this to get Thunder Barges, though. I think, yeah, we're going to do this next episode just to get a couple of Thunder Barges into Malakai's army, and we can trade the gyrocopters to, the regular gyrocopters to Grimbrindle, rather than destroy them, especially considering he buffs war machines, and I don't think any other army is going to be using regular gyrocopters. Malakai's all about bombers and Thunder Barges, and the Brimstone guns will be with the, Fire Army. I like that. That way we're using all kinds, but there's no repetition in terms of our army. Anyway, or army is. Anyway, let's check Diplo, and assuming there's nothing, and I believe there shouldn't be. Cool, wanna peace out? That's not cool with me. Skip. Imminent Rebellion is where? Wait, where's it? Damn it. Should have checked that. Minus, oh, it's the Cliff of Beasts. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. That's just free XP and free Oath Gold. The rest of this looks fine. We should probably, you know what, you can have the Twisted Towers as well. Twisted Towers, oh right. It's a habit. And you could have Infernius. There you go. 99% sure that Sigval's gonna declare war on him, but oh well. We can let them lose a few territories and then take them back while we fight Sigvald's forces. We have to prioritize the Varg at this current time. I don't see a choice. What we also really need to do is somehow get you to declare war on these jerks. If we had only been able to move down here, we would have been able to trade Gestalten this stuff to get him to declare war on the Fekendites, but since we can't right now, well, we can't. Are we sure that you'll be able to defend? I really wish I knew what your army compositions were like, but we can't see them. Any heroes here? No master engineers. We could summon another lord to just sit nearby and be threatening for a turn or so. Because we don't know if these guys can land on the same turn or not. I actually think that they won't be able to land the same turn, which means, you know what? 2 more dwarf warriors. If they can't, it's fine. It's only for a turn, and I'd rather not have to lose our engineer corps. They're pretty critical. Alright, pathologically checking the Diplo again. Let's end the turn. Rebellion, Province Eternal Lagoon, and not besiege. Well, actually, they're rebels, so they'll move last. They might besiege us, which will cause us attrition, but we're gonna auto-resolve them regardless. And then trade the territory away. Ally mobilizes against settlement, and aha, see? I knew that would happen, but we can enter war on side of ally. Siggy can take a few territories, and... Well. I'm somewhat regretting not having built any defenses at the lair of the Troll King now. You're moving in. Oh, he's got a couple of Beasts of Nurgle. We need Corlers to bring those down. We do have 2 of them available here. Technology researched. Venerate the ancestors and empower the guilds. Stonemason and... I mean, you should be able to hold against this. Ooh, we got the Grudge Rakers now as well. That should be fun. Oh, if this guy moves in, that's going to be a much bigger problem. That's actually a concern. A legitimate concern. Peak 8 guard in here. Stalton is not chasing them down because they're still not at war, and he in fact sacked the Altar of the Crimson Harvest. Odd choice. Try to get him to declare war on these guys again. Join war against the Fekendites. 22 now. Well, damn. That's not happening. I wonder. Are we getting anything out of Hellpit right now? On the one hand, we are getting the exotic animal market. On the other hand, I bet we could trade it to them and get them to declare war on them. I guess it's just a question of, is that worth our time? And I'm not sure that it is. Either way, you kill fire. Kill fire with... Fight fire with fire? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's perfection. It's always too bad that we didn't let this guy build a full army. Or I would have been able to title the episode that. Now I'm sad, but oh well. Alright, kill you off and take the... And just take the captives again. Alright, and you're gonna set sail. For now, ignoring Sigvald and his nonsense. We still have to deal with the Varg. How far can you move? I was hoping we could jump over the mountain. I'm almost tempted to say ignore the Monolith of Catan and start moving this way. Yeah, start moving this way. If these guys fall or run away, we will split you off to move this way instead. I think that's the better use of our time. And then you, ignoring the islands, sadly, are going to go to the Monolith of Catan. Oh, I was going to send one of the Dragon Slayers to you. I know I keep vacillating on that, but we'll do it next turn, if I can remember it. Clan Angrand has been found. Great. Pathologically check this again, but we're okay. Cool still need to be destroyed, but at least Malakai should no longer be busy out here. Gromby, you need to stay near enough to Malakai to recruit. Malakai, I guess you have no choice but to use all your movement up, taking the Bleeding Spire. Because Gromby can't reach it. Yeah, alright. And this is not worth our time, regardless of the Marauder champions. Auto-resolve. Minimal damage, and then loot and occupy. Wait, sack it and loot it instead. You still had movement remaining. Nice, and nice. Alright, lovely. Enemy killed in battle, enemy killed in battle, faction destroyed, Garambi. If you go here, just to double check, I don't think you can do anything with your stuff, but let's find out. Oh, you can still recruit. Fantastic. More Iron Drakes with Troll Hammers, and I might get you some Thunderers with Grudge Rakers. I think they might work nicely. Yeah. Alright. What we also probably want to do is increase your crew numbers. Airship crew recruitment capacity. Huh. We're at 8, though. We could get to Thunder Barges soon, but otherwise, I think this might actually be more valuable. Let's go Signal System. And the Spirit of Grungni will no longer disengage during battle. We're at Tier 3. Spirit of Grungni will no longer disengage. So did it die or did it leave? I have no idea what happened in that fight. Huh. I'm gonna go back over the video just to find out. I was just like, what could possibly damage the Spirit of Grungni enough to kill it? A single unit of Marauder Horsemen? I sincerely doubt that. Bay of Blades, 2 more turns, eh? You know what? In case these guys don't attack this turn, keep building Dwarf Warriors. We could just transfer them briefly to another lord and then have them go after some basic armies, or even take some territories, though it is somewhat costly. Braun Norgrimling and Cazador get gold. Keep running around out here. And you need to move over there as well. Serena Catrin, you're not at war with the Fecund Knights, are you? No. I mean, yes. Yes, you are. Meaning, attack target Festus. Otherwise, he might move towards us. It's very possible that he is. Still can't. Still can't. See, the thing is, now if we cause him to declare war, then he'd probably lose Erengrad, which we want for ourselves, but we can't really afford to do that at the time. I really don't like how the Architect is sitting here still. Let us build a temporary lord, and then have him defend it instead. Even without the heroes. If it's against one army, it should be fine. Funnily enough, there's another Ancestral Blood Grungni here, and it is a Rune Lord. That guy's hardy. The Rune Lord won't be able to fight the enemy Lord, though, which is the problem. Vrongni Norgrimling. Even more defensive and tough. Impossible to kill. Yeah, let's get you on the field. And we're gonna transfer all of these forces and then get the Architect moving, because, yeah, this is untenable. Krakadrek, you're fine, though frankly, we probably should have just started building stuff here. Mountains of Hell, Monolith of Flesh, yeah, just build the second level of it. Mountains of Nalfari, Doomkeep. Plus 100 gold per turn, eh? And construction cost reduction in buildings. Yeah, it's probably still decent. Okay, you know what, we'll upgrade to level 2, but we'll hold off on level 3. And yeah, maybe I'm nickel and diming too much, but you know what? You know what? That's, all the gold is precious, okay? We're playing as the Dwarfs here. You can't collect income because your Chaos Corruption is causing you problems, and I think we have to start with the Refectory in the Varg camp. Tower of Torment we don't care about. And we can just leave it as it is in future trade, potentially, to Boris Ursus. We gotta give him the Riving Fortress as well, but we'll do that after. Anyway, let's pick a new tech. We're still trying to get to Grungni's Blessing. Global recruitment capacity and local recruitment capacity, that's all fine. Lord Recruit rank +3 is not bad. Construction time, it's gotta be one of these, right? Capacity for Runesmith, ambush defense chance. Here, corruption -3 for all... Yeah, that's it. Corruption -3 for all provinces. It's gotta be the one. And then... Or we could skip the 4 turns and go straight to Grungni's Blessing just by using 500 Oath Gold. Though I'm disinclined to use that much Oath Gold on this when we got Banner Runes still to be built. Damage, blah 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 blah. Let's also double check the Great Book. How are we doing here? Thorok is down to 4. I still don't understand how he gained 3,000 whatever grudges in like a single turn. We can't gain, like, the most grudges we've seen is 900 for a very high value target here. Interesting. But anyway. And the turn, let's see if the Fecund Knights land where we think they're gonna land, and Serena Catrin, you're still moving this way. Well, it's the Skaven territory we care more about, but we would have appreciated Decay Vlad, but if we take Vampire's territories, we should be able to trade them to you for all that stuff. Assuming Vlad survives, though it looks like Karl is now doing relatively okay. No, we're not joining your war against the whatever. Barrel Legion. No attack from the Fecondites, which means more warriors in that particular territory. I wonder where Festus is on. Arang put right and Arang put right. Leadership +6 and leadership +6. Yeah, I've always, this one has always been funny. Honor is all or right the wrong. Recruitment cost is irrelevant to us right now, I guess. Well, actually, no, it's not quite true. Honor is all. Confederation, Argulon, and Vidrioth, control +2. And Malakai, it's time to move, sir. Just move regular style. Grumbrindle, you have to stay near him.
I'll figure it out.
Like so, and you just... Oh, right. Take the... Wait. You know what? Stay here. We're not going to do anything yet. Don't go into encamp stance. We are going to fight the final battle at the start of next episode, at which point we trade the gyrocopters to Gromby. Assuming he can reach, yes. We trade the gyrocopters to Gromby, put the 2 thunder barges in Malakai's army. That's how we do. Alright, also you guys keep identifying stuff. Oh, these guys have taken Fort Dwarslav as well, eh? I really don't want Serena Katrin to grab Uskalak or Carrick Doom because these are valuable for us. And Scourge of Akotane. Like, you're free to attack, help it, go for it. Festus appears to be moving towards the Tower of Crack. These guys have not landed, but looks like they're going to try to do so next turn, eh? With 2 armies now. Damn. Well, the Architect, well, I was gonna hope to move him, but I think he's gonna need all the help he can get. Gyrocopters with brimstone guns, eh? Go for it. I do want the Skolder Guard in the other army, but I think we can't afford to lose this, so yeah, we'll do that. Alright, and ignoring these guys, you still have to head to the Monolith of Katam. Guess you can go this way. And Sonori, you're gonna keep ignoring all this. We're just going to assume that you'll be capable of defending it, and then you're gonna go this way. Gotta get to those Varg, and especially prevent them from going our way as well. Alrighty, now. Quick Diplo check. Always worth a quick Diplo check. Varg wanna be friendly now, isn't that cute? Alright, well, I guess we're back to building, because, well, we're not waiting for the architects to be finished with what they're doing. Upgrade anything that gives us money, I guess. And that includes you, Krakadrak. I know. Just their presence here would make this cost, like, 800 gold instead of over 5,000. Oh, you know what? Now that we're negative income, maybe that's not the right move. Maybe we wait for the other units to arrive. Yeah, fine. Let's not. Who knows? We might need to suddenly get more lords and heroes moving. Anyway, I think, folks, with that, we're effectively out of time, and I'm going to call it here. We did have 3 battles after all. Next time, we will start the episode off, with fighting the Skaven scheme. And the Thunder Barge thing here, starting the adventure. Oh, in fact, wait, we can start the adventure immediately. And we don't have to fight it. Right. Alright. Meaning, you can... Okay, yeah, the Thunder Barge is great. You can immediately take these gyrocopters, and we can pop the Thunder Barges in here at our discretion. In fact, what we could do is guarantee the defense here by popping a Thunder Barge into this army. Just a pile of Dwarf Warriors and a Thunder Barge. We've also got some stuff here. Ooh, we could put the couple of Grudge Settler Quarrelers into Grumbrindle's army as well. Certainly potential for it. I wonder... It's kind of concerning that it doesn't show upkeep. Does that mean it's more than 1,000 gold? Wait. How much is this gonna cost us? I am concerned about this. 700. Huh. Why is it not showing? I think maybe it'd just be a bug with that particular screen. Anyway, not 100% sure about it, but we can always build more Thunder Barges. We only need 2 in Malakai's army right now. And this one will probably transfer to Grumbrindle with the Scolder Guard. I guess we're going to use Grungni as a fairy recruit. And why is it free? It shouldn't be free. Huh. Wait, are the Thunder Barges specifically recruited from... Wait. The cannons aren't free. Why are the Thunder Barges free? Did this say anything about them being free? Missile resistance, passive ability, emergency repairs, flaming... I don't know. Well, if they're free, then we don't have to worry. There you go. There you go, Malakai. Maybe next turn they'll start costing insane amounts of cash afterwards. Anyway, that means we don't have to fight that battle. Though we do have this now. We could pair, or we could have Thunder Barges fight the Dreadquakes. Might be fun. Alright, so there's still potential for moving Malakai next episode, so we'll wait for that. Anyway, calling it here. Next time, Malakai and Grumbrindle alike will move southward, probably peel away from each other. We'll probably have Grumbrindle start on the fight against the Chaos Dwarfs, while Malakai has to return to the Empire, A, to help deal with Vlad and the Fecondites because they're just irritating, and B, because a lot of our adventures, like Dodan's army and stuff, are here, and those are part of our victory condition. Otherwise, we may have to defend Helpit, and there's a decent likelihood that we have to defend the Bay of Blades, so if these guys don't land next turn, it'll be a minor settlement, in which case they're probably screwed. Yes. I'm really having fun with I'm having a lot of fun with this dwarf campaign, so I'm excited for more. Stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.